What's up, y'all? Y'all know what it is, man. I'm back with another video. It's your boy, man. Mind manipulates matter, you feel me? Welcome to Selfology class, where we study and dive into the arts of self, right? Because essentially science, mathematics, history, sacred geometry, metaphysics, physics, all of that, all these different schools of thought are schools of thought, because everything originally starts in the mind. So it's all knowledge of self. That's why I call it selfology, right? I know you can't really see me right now, but give me a couple seconds. I'll be in some light real fast. Basically, right, I was just in my house watching a video of a woman. I had clicked on a random video of a woman explaining female behavior, right? Just to gain a little bit more insight on some stuff, and just because I was kind of gravitated towards the video, right? Based off the title. I forgot exactly the title, but yeah, so upon watching it, it just kind of dawned upon me. It just hit me, like, I noticed a pattern. You see what I'm saying? When I notice a pattern with something, I gotta share it with y'all, you feel me? Because I'm like the king of noticing patterns, bro. That's that Virgo shit. Shout out to all my Virgos, man. If you're a Virgo, like this video, you feel me? If you a chosen one, like this video. If you want semen retention, like this video. If you just a righteous person in general, you see what I'm saying? Or if you just like my content, you know what I'm saying, like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, man. So you can get more of these videos when they upload, you know what I'm saying? And make sure that you stay tuned throughout the whole entire video, because I'll always drop like extra perks in the videos and stuff. Y'all know how I get. I never stay on topic the whole video. I always branch off and give extra little insights and stuff, but it be all related. So yeah, man, just stay tuned throughout this whole video, right? So we talking about semen retention and female nature, and also female attraction, right? How we gonna blend it all in. And so I got about 5 pages worth of notes. It's crazy because originally this was typed up. I had typed it under the video that I was just telling you. I typed all of this up under the video. I didn't realize it was 5 pages worth of notes. But it resonates because I am a life path number 5. So that's very much like me to write 5 pages worth of notes. You see what I'm saying? Or to type 5 pages worth of notes. I kind of added on to it, so that probably made it 5 pages, but all right. So it says how the universe communicates with you and how females communicate with you is essentially a similar type of communication, right? And let me explain what I mean by this, right? Women are like the universe, literally. Consider this. You know how the universe, when it wants to grab your attention, it'll whisper to you rather than yell for you to notice the signals that it sends, right? Women do this exact same thing. This is literally my notes. I ain't copied none of this. Actually, I copied it from my own comment. They won't outright just tell you, hey, notice me. But what they'll do is whisper it through their behavior. People call it nonverbal communication. See, it's nonverbal, it's a whisper. See what I mean? Like the universe. They suggest themselves to you in subtle ways, and it's up to you to catch it all. And you'll catch it based off of how in tune you are with the signals. You must be in tune with the subtle key signs, cues, and nudges that the universe sends as signals in order to pick up on all the messages being communicated by it. Women, in the way that they behave when they're interested in you, is essentially the same concept. If this makes sense, right? Because I say, see, there's a reason why she's called feminine, right? If you know about the number 9 in numerology is the highest number, right? It also represents the completion of cycles. So where I left off at, feminine, because she is whole and complete, like number 9. I say 9 in numerology is the highest number. So this is why she's the feminine, because she is a complete version of the universe, physically embodied. And men are too. I'm not saying that men aren't, men are too, but we focusing on the women in this video because I want you to understand something. You know what I mean? She is whole and complete like number 9 in numerology. 9 is the highest number in numerology. This is why she's the feminine, because she is a complete version of the universe physically embodied, right? I say the universe is essentially an impregnated womb or an impregnated woman, right? How so? Well, think about the black substance in which all stars, planets exist within, how it's referred to as a dark cosmic womb, right? All the stars and planets sit within inside the womb. And think about it. We call Earth Mother Earth or Mother Nature. None of this is by mistake. Women are complete like the 9. This is why in biology, when it comes to biology, she's the XX and men are the XY. Why is this? Because if you look at the letter Y, it's an unfinished or incomplete X. And the X is a complete or finished version of a Y. Like I said, women are the complete versions of the universe, right? When you look at a letter Y, it resembles an incomplete or unfinished X. That's what I just told you, right? XX would be a complete Y. Well, the X would be a complete Y. This is why reading her signals is like reading the universal signals. One must be in tune with the communication or with the signals in order to of the universe, similarly to how one must be in tune with the communication of a woman in order to understand the signals that she sends. They say mathematics is a universal language, but notice how all numbers derive from the 0. The 0 is the void / the womb, right? In which all numbers are birthed from. Well, with letters, it's the same concept, right? And then I had made a side note to break down to y'all the word, why we use the word literally. Like how I just said, with letters, it's the same concept, right? Because when you look up the word literal, we know that al means the, if you watch my content, right? Or if you just study words, you know that al means the. And then the word liter comes from the Latin word literad, which means letters, right? That's what words are. They're letters when given form, when put into a sequential order, right? And remember, in the beginning, there was what? The Word. So if nothing else existed in the world before the God and the Word, and then everything comes into existence after God and the Word, then that literally means everything in existence will be an extension of God and the Word itself. So this is why we use the word literally when we want to denote or emphasize how real something is, because all that is real is literally a manifestation of word, letters itself. You see, this is why it's literal, it's literacy. See what I'm saying? Yo, I love the way I think and break shit down, bro. I swear to God I do. Then I say with letters, right? It's another language of the universe. All letters derive from this, the O, right? Which is also the void. It's a womb in which all letters are birthed from. In geometry, you see a similar concept, right? Or a similar pattern. All shapes derive from the circle. The circle, the 0, and the O are all wombs, portals. Everything in life starts in a womb, right? And it also ends in a womb. Well, and it lives through a womb, right? And what I mean by this is because when we come out of our mother's womb, we enter another womb called the universe, right? We're essentially inside of a womb too. See, we left a womb for 9 months, and then, you know what I'm saying, we completed that cycle, and then you complete another cycle in a womb, right? And then when you supposedly die, you go into another womb. It's like you just keep the wombs, what I'm noticing, are mediums, right? It's a medium that the creator created, which is you, in order to manifest, to keep manifesting yourself through. That's why you create the mediums, to keep manifesting yourself through and keep reincarnating yourself through. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't, then life would cease to exist. So you have to keep manifesting your presence as God in your creations. Otherwise, your creations would lose life. You know what I'm saying? You give the creations life. You give all your creations life. That's why God is literally on the earth. It's within everything. It's within all its creations because it's consciousness. You see what I'm saying? I say all shapes derive from the circle. The circle, 0, and the O are all wombs, portals. Everything in life starts in the womb, and is also birthed into a bigger womb called the universe. That's what I just explained. A bigger womb called the universe. I say we are in a dome, or an enclosed space, which is what a dome is. That's why I say or. Hence why we call places environments, because the word environ means enclosed, and then the word ment is from Latin mente, which is where we get the word mental from. So mente means mind or mental. So an environment is an enclosed mind, like a dome, right? See, the dome is the original home. The dome, the womb, same thing, right? What I say, hence why we call it environments. Environ means enclosed or circled in. See the circle again? Circle, 0, O, the womb. Enclosed. When something is enclosed, it's encircled, right? Or essentially it's encircled, or it can be. And meant, because you can be enclosed in a square too, but you know, circles also enclosed environments. And if you look at a dome, see what I'm saying? It looks like it has a curvature. This is how I know that we don't live on no flat, you know what I'm saying? It's both flat and round, I would say. It's flat and round. Kind of like in order to get you to see the point of it being flat, I mean, how to get you to see how it can be flat and round, think about the game Trouble. You know the game Trouble, right? Where you pop that little bubble. See, there's a part of it that's flat, but it's also a part of it that's round. It's like a round, but it's all on a flat surface. That's kind of how I imagine. You see what I'm saying? What the Earth is, why we call it a dome, and you know what I'm saying. The original home is the dome. You see what I'm saying? The original nation started in the imagination. You see what I mean? This paper keeps flying in the way, but environments are enclosed spaces for mind to reside within, right? This is why everything in an environment is literally an extension of mind, because all is mind, right? The environment itself is mind. That's why it's an environment. See what I'm saying? Environmental. So everything existing in an environment is mind itself, and mind is enclosed. Hence why we have domes, because a dome is a domain, which is a dwelling space for thought, light to reside in. Even we as humans start off in a womb, which is enclosed. See? You see the enclosed thing in the womb too. The primordial waters of the dark cosmic womb, as above, so below. The dark cosmic womb up above is the same dark cosmic womb down below that you're carried through for 9 months. See, there go that 9 again. 9, feminine. You was carried through your mother's water for 9 months, because the womb, the dome, is a portal. You see what I'm saying? It's a portal. What do portals do? Portals carry things, right? Water is a carrier. You see what I'm saying? Your mind is a carrier. It carries light. It carries frequency. Your body is a carrier. It carries you, which is energy, vibration, and frequency via light and sound, via God, via the all of everything. This body is an avatar. It's a portal that carries you. It carries you through the physical phenomena. It allows you to navigate. It's like a cargo ship, right? And this is why we were a part of our mother's ship when we were, you see what I'm saying? When we was in for 9 months. Okay? So it says women, when they like you, they usually won't shout it or scream it at you for you to notice. They will just quietly suggest themselves and leave it up to you to recognize. They'll put themselves in your vicinity for you to notice, just like the universe does. It does this through repeating numbers, bodily sensations, newborn ideas, dreams, intuitive nudges, right? These are all subtle ways of communicating to you. It's not loud. You have to be in tune with the signals to be able to catch on to it, because it's not loud. You have to, you see what I'm saying? So I say, ETC, all the subtle key signs you must notice in order for integration to take place, because that's essentially what's going on, right? That's why the signals are being thrown at you in the first place, for you to integrate yourself with that, the one generating the signals. That's why women throw signals, because it's for you to integrate with them, right? In order for integration to take place, which is basically mutual exchange of energy, or unification, right? Integration between man and woman essentially occur for impregnation via creation. Like I said, the universe is like a impregnated womb, because it has within it all of life, similar to how a mother has all of life within her before giving birth to it. The universe has all of life within it. The universe is within you, so you have all of life within you. You're also a womb in a sense. See what I'm saying? Because womb, dome, and portal is all the same thing. They're all mediums that allow for God to reincarnate through, or to keep existing through, keep reoccurring through. Right? God via you. And so I say, which is impregnation via creation, which is also the process of multiplication and division, right? Because when you impregnate a woman, you're essentially multiplying you and her existence. That's what the baby is. It's a multiplied version of y'all existence, of y'all, right? So I say, and it's division also, because you and her have to become whole, like how a number is before you divide it. It's whole, and then you divide it into multiple. You and her, woman, you man and woman, have to become whole. They have to become one again to branch off again and make a three. You'll see the same process within life. Everything has to become whole again before new things can be created. This is why we are getting into alignment on our journeys in life, because when you're in alignment, you're getting put back into that state of wholeness, right? Because that's when you're going to be able to create at optimal levels, when you're in that state of wholeness, because that's just how life is. It starts off as whole. God started off as whole and then multiplied its own self. You see what I'm saying? We are the multiplied version of God. So this is why everything before we create, it has to be whole. You see what I'm saying? You can't create a thought. I mean, you can't create nothing from an empty place. You have to be. You see what I'm saying? But then I say, where I left off at, I say, this is one of the things that your magnetism is for, right? Now we're getting into semen retention a little bit, right? Because, on retention, your magnetism definitely increases. Okay, the word magnetism comes from the word magnet, which is a Greek for magnesian lithos, meaning lodestone or coarse stone, right? Which is essentially a guide stone, because your magnetism guides you. It gives you compass, direction, right? A lodestone, if y'all don't know, right? Ancient civilizations used lodestones during ancient times. Before we had cars and trains and all these different forms of transportation, you had the boats in the waterways. You didn't have highways and shit, streetways, roadways, whatever. You had waterways, right? So you had to use the earth itself. And one of the ways that the ancient civilized people like the Olmecs and the Mayans, they used to use these lodestones, right? The lodestone is a compass, but it has a magnetite rock on it. They would attach the magnetite rock to the compass, because the magnetite rock has within it an internal magnetic field that aligns with the Earth's internal magnetic field, causing the compass to point you in a certain direction. You see what I'm saying? So that's what your magnetism is for. Essentially, it points you in a certain direction. This is why your magnetism magnetizes your options and opportunities, right? Because an option, if you look at the word option and opportunity, they both share the same root word OP, which means work, like operate, right? Remember I told y'all the suffix ending ate means to be full of. That's why when we say when we're full off of food, we say that we ate, right? So operate means to be full of work, or to be working fully, to be working fully. That's what options are. They are free choices, right? They're free choices for you to integrate yourself with. That's why they arise, right? They're rising to your awareness level so that you can notice it, and then, oh, hey, make the decision. You know what I'm saying? You're being presented a fair choice, a free choice. That's why on retention, when your magnetism increases, you're gonna have a lot of options. The women gonna start staring at you. They're gonna try to mate. They're gonna be attracted to you, because essentially, it's all a reflection of your magnetism. That's your magnetism magnetizing them into your existence in order to give you a free chance and direction which way you want to head. You see what I'm saying? Opportunities are the same thing. I mean, options are women are the same thing as opportunities, right? That's one form of opportunity, right? Because you're getting the opportunity to integrate with a woman, right? So, but there's many forms of opportunities. Opportunities in general, though, right? If you break down the word, it has op, like I told you, op means work, right? Then it has the word port in it, like a portal. Now, see, we about to get back into what I was just talking about, the womb, the portal, all of this. See, even opportunities are portals, and they're portals that present themselves for you to unify with them. That's why they have the word unity on the end of it. Port, unity, because you're supposed to unify or unite with your opportunities, right? And they're portals. When you unite with your opportunities, they carry you through the next phase in your life, the next chapter in your life. See what I'm saying? Same thing with a woman. When you integrate with a woman and you impregnate her, which is essentially what the integration is for in the first place, it allows for you to carry yourself through her, and you know what I'm saying, to reincarnate yourself through her. You know, that's what your life force energy is. When you impregnate a woman, you're giving her your life force energy to hold and cultivate and to, you know what I'm saying, to formulate, to raise it up. Essentially, it comes from you though, but she just raises it and cultivates it and nourishes it. This is why the same thing that the earth does, right? That's why we call it Mother Earth, you know what I'm saying, or Mother Nature, because it's a nourisher. So what I say, your magnetism begins increasing as a natural byproduct of it. Your options and opportunities magnetize themselves in your existence. Olmecs and Mayans used the lodestone. Okay, I just told y'all all that already. I went ahead of myself. I say options arise through women, which are portals for integration. I just explained to you because a woman is essentially a portal, because that's why they come to you in the first place. That's why they arise. They arise for you to integrate with them and then walk through or penetrate the portal to create, to multiply yourself, be fruitful and fill the earth. That's the whole vision, right? It's essentially God is multiplying himself. You see what I'm saying? Through the mediums. It's God being fruitful and filling the earth through different mediums of his own self, right? And then I say, the magnetite rock. Okay, I just told y'all all of that. To be full of work. Essentially, options and opportunities arise as a result of your increased magnetism for you to integrate with them so that new experiences are birthed into your reality, you see? It's carrying creation through your magnetism, like what portals do. Portals carry. You got to peep the words I'm using, right? Sounds metaphorical, but I'm being literal and metaphorical at the same time, but it's literal. Your magnetism is what magnetizes these results. Option means free choice. Options arise for you to have a free choice or a fair chance to choose from in determining the direction you want to be led into. Notice the word port and opportunity, also work. A port is a body or a haven, right? Op means work, and then unity is like a whole. So unities arise as open working portals in which carry you through the next chapters in your stories, in the story of your life, like how portals do, like how a womb does, like how a dome does. A dome is a lighthouse. It carries light through. See what I'm saying? You know how they say God dwells within your mind? See, God is light, consciousness. So this is what a dome is. This is why wisdom is wise dome and kingdom is kingdom. See what I'm saying? It's a dome, right? I say, the hell? I say, yeah, hold on. I said, this is why she's XX. Oh, okay, I haven't read all of that. I'm tripping. New experience, birth into your realities, carry through the next chapters in your life. Okay. Then I say, water is also a portal. This is, you know what I'm saying, a body. Portals carry things from one point to another. Okay, that's what a medium is. It carries things from the unseen into the seen. That's what having a baby is. You're carrying life from the unseen and you're transforming it into the seen. You're bringing new life form into a physical manifestation from the unseen. It was already life already existing. You're just bringing it into, you're making it appear, which is what the word manifest means, to appear, right? And something only can appear visibly, physically. So that's just a little side note like that. to let you know that there's things that we can see and things that we can't see. You know what I'm saying? And the things that we can't see is the most real things of them all. Just because you can't see it don't mean it don't exist, right? Because before all this was here, it was all a thought. It didn't visibly exist until it was expressed through sound. Let there be light. You see what I mean? I say from one point to another, water is a carrier. Like how it carries ships, it carries energy, vibration, and frequency. Similar to how our bodies are also ports/portals. The body/avatar carries you, energy, vibration. It carries you, which is energy, vibration, and frequency. We were also carried in our mother's womb for 9 months, which is within water. See, there's that 9 again. Completion of a cycle through the primordial waters of the dark cosmic womb. I say when opportunities and options arise, they don't scream for you to notice them. Notice that, right? When opportunities come, they don't scream for you to notice them. Just like the options of women, they don't scream for you to notice them. It's like the universe, it doesn't scream for you to notice them. It just subtly suggests itself to you, and it's up to you to recognize it, the signals, and pick up on the signals. Same thing with opportunities. See how I'm aligning all of it together. It's all relative. Because essentially opportunities is another form of the universe communicating too. So, right, it's all communication. This is why we have vibrations, and because you gotta think about it, it all started from sound. It's all communication. This is why we call it a universe. Like a verse to a song, it's as if the creator was writing or lyricizing or singing a song in the beginning, and then out of this song everything alchemized into physical manifestation. So it's literally sound based. So this is why you're always in a communication with the universe. It communicates to you and through you, through your energy, your vibration, and your frequency that you predominantly withhold, right? Then I say, when options and opportunities arise, they don't scream for you to notice them. They just subtly suggest themselves to you by manifesting, in parentheses, appearing. But the word manifest means to appear. Notice it has the word man in it too, right? Man, I, fester. The word fest comes from fester. Look up the word fester and then put 2 and 2 together with the word manifest means, right? It's man, it's God, it's God as man festering. It's the I am festering. That's why it's called a manifest. It's the I am, man, I festering. Man, I festering. See what I'm saying? Because God and man is no separation. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Man is just the human, physical version of what God is. God is the unseen version, the non-physical version of what we are. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm at the basketball court. It's the only place where I got some light at right now. It's dark as hell. But I say, they just subtly suggest themselves to you by manifesting, appearing in your reality. Talking about the opportunities / vicinity, reality / vicinity. I say they won't. They wait for you to notice them, just like women. This is why it pays for you to be an opportunist, okay, and have an open mind, right? And this is why fortune favors the brave, because when you're an opportunist and you have an open mind, you're aware of the subtle, you're more open to the subtle signs and keys and cues and signals and communications that's being communicated, right? That's taking course. So I say opportunities are portals that carry you through life, like how a woman's womb is also a portal that carries you through, that carries your life force energy through. Portals are mediums that allow for energy to be carried through, cultivated, and then multiplied. Essentially, multiplication is when you're making more of yourself. So again, it's God multiplying God's own self through God's mediums that God creates. The mediums itself is another form of God that God manifests itself through. It's God manifesting itself through God. Okay, so God has to keep creating gods. It has to keep replicating itself to keep manifesting itself through. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, real gems, man. Real fucking gems, bro. I say that's why fortune favors the brave, right? Okay? That's why women favor the brave too, because women are fortune. They're fortune. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rewrite the whole program of women ain't shit and women is all this. Nah, bro, because divine feminine and divine masculine is all goes hand in hand. We're not about to keep bashing women and talking like y'all spiritual and all this type of shit. Like, nah, we're not about to keep doing that. Because if you really spiritual and you in tune, and you want to talk about being in tune with the universe, then you have to be in tune with women too. Because I'm breaking down to you how they're both the same fucking thing. So if you're not in tune with women, you can't be in tune with the universe, my boy. If you're not in tune with yourself, you can't be in tune with the universe, my boy. And being in tune with yourself is being in tune with women too, because there's a feminine aspect of men. There's a feminine aspect and a masculine aspect of everything in life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, there's a negative and positive in everything in life, aka feminine and masculine. Okay. All right. So look, carry you through life, woman's womb, then multiply. Like what happens when you impregnate a woman, you're multiplying the both of y'all's existence, right? Through her, walking through a portal, or integrating with your opportunities, or impregnating a woman is essentially all the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna repeat myself. Walking through a portal, or integrating or unifying with the opportunities that the universe sends to you, and impregnating a woman is all essentially the same process. Essentially the same process. So it varies, but essentially it's the same thing. It's you being carried through something like a portal. Okay? They're all mediums. Walking through a portal is the same as penetrating a woman during sex, because you enter her the same way you enter a portal.